So today we have an amazing guest who used to do admissions for liberal arts college, Amherst, and we are going to hear a lot about liberal arts colleges and admissions and about Amherst colleges. We offer advices is largest admission consulting in Japan and expanding globally now. So please come to consult about admission and how to get into liberal arts colleges and honor universities in the US. So we are doing these YouTube videos with Melody, who former admissions at Amherst colleges. So please introduce yourself.
Yes, of course. Thank you so much, Emmy. So hello, everybody. Thank you guys for watching this video. We hope that you will learn a lot from this and that maybe you'll be interested in patronizing Alpha Advisors. So my name is Melody Dodu. I am an alumni of Amherst College. So I graduated in May of 2021, with a degree in law, jurisprudence, and social thought, which is a liberal arts degree. I've done some past work as a summer intern, as well as an international student orientation leader and a program coordinator at the Center for International Student Engagement, which is a student center that we have in the Amherst College campus, also there to really support international students in their journey when they come to the US. I have also worked for the past year as the admission advisor at a Wilson Admission Center, which is in Amherst College as well. So currently I am on my way to doing a scholarship. And so I will be doing that for the next year, but for the past year I've had quite a few experiences with international students as well as with admissions. And so if you had any questions, please feel free to ask.
Thank you.
Right, great. Okay, so why we're all here, basically to describe what the liberal arts is and what liberal arts colleges aim to achieve. So the first thing that I do want to point out to you guys is that the liberal arts is essentially about building a skill set needed to apply yourself to a wide range of professional pursuits. So whereas you have traditional colleges that are looking at getting you into maybe business or getting you into law, what the liberal arts is doing is offering a curriculum that is wide ranging to allow you to use all the skills that you use in each of these classes and apply yourself to whatever professional pursuit you want. So maybe you take an English class and you find that it gives you the skills that you need to write a paper in biology, or maybe you take a film and media studies course and you find that it's giving you kind of the repertoire that you need to apply that to classics or art. So there's a lot of ways that we try and interconnect the subjects that we teach and to equip our students with what they need to enter whatever professional field they choose. The next thing, of course, is that liberal arts will offer a wide range of subjects under many disciplines. So looking at traditional disciplines like biology, chemistry, physics, computer science, English, history, but also looking at some more interesting and newer disciplines. For example, LGST, which is a major that I took on when I was at Amherst College, which is for law, jurisprudence, and social thought. And it's essentially looking at the law or looking at like legal institutions through the lens of an interdisciplinary course. So you have more traditional classes and you also have some newer and more exciting classes as well. So lots of range of subjects. Finally, in the liberal arts, you will get the opportunity as well to grow outside of the curriculum. And this can look like study abroad opportunities. This can look like getting internships or getting research opportunities. So for Amherst College, using Amherst as an example, there is a very robust alumni network and they're very useful in terms of looking at getting internships while you're in college, also outside of college. And also getting research opportunities within the college with professors, where because we're an entirely undergraduate institution, we can have students that have published papers as early as their sophomore or junior year. So really great way to broaden your perspective. If you're a student that is maybe kind of thinking that you want to try a lot of different things, you want to have a lot of different skills, then the liberal arts is going to be a perfect fit for you.
Okay, thank you. So here, let's take a quick look at liberal arts college rankings in US. So, okay. So here is National Liberal Arts College rankings from US News. So we're going to quick look at these rankings. So could you give some comments or
Yeah, of course. Definitely. So first up in the list is Williams College. It does pain me to say because Amherst College does have we have a little rivalry to Williams College, but no worries. Williams is a great college. It is very similar to Amherst in that it has a smaller population of students and that they focus also a lot on having smaller class sizes to ensure that you have closer connections with your professors and with your classmates as well. Maybe Williamstown, Massachusetts is a little more like in a remoter area, but they kind of function the same way that Amherst does and provide a lot of the opportunities that Amherst does as well. So second up is Amherst College, my alma mater. I am very proud of it. And Amherst College is, again, a rank second. So it is a private liberal arts college. We do a lot of different things, again, with the same kind of concept, smaller class sizes, having a closed campus to allow that students are able to kind of connect with each other. So really creating the community there as well. And then also focusing on making sure that you develop yourself, your pre-professional as well as like life after college career and endeavors.
Okay, great. So what makes you decide to apply and go to Amherst College?
Yes. So I think that the two major things that made me apply to Amherst College would be the first was the major that I ended up doing, which was LJST, again, Law, Jurisprudence, and Social Thought. So when I was initially applying for colleges, I knew kind of the field that I wanted to study, but I also knew that I didn't want to be boxed into kind of like stuck learning it in a specific way. So usually people think that like learning law is really boring because all you're doing is like reading a bunch of really heavy, dusty law books. But reading the major on the website, and I saw that it was connected to learning about history and anthropology and learning about psychology. And I was like, this is exactly what I want to do. And so it's a very unique major to Amherst College, and it's a reason that made me apply. And I think the second major reason is that Amherst College has a very competent financial aid program, especially for international students, which I know can be very difficult to find. And so being able to take advantage of that financial aid package was really great for me, as well as Amherst College offering financial support in terms of pre-professional development as well. So that was important for me as well.
Okay, thank you. So what percentage of students at Amherst receive this scholarship with financial aid?
All right, so we have around 60% of our campus that is on financial aid. And for international students, once you add international students in the mix, that number increases to around 71%. So we do have a good chunk of our campus that are on some form of financial aid.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right, next is Swarthmore. This one is in Philadelphia. Ranks third in National Liberal Arts Colleges. So again, it is a bit of a smaller campus as well. There's only around 14,000 students. And you can see that the tuition fee is also a bit more manageable as well. But again, they kind of do the same things that most of the first two schools do. So they're looking at ensuring that you're able to apply yourself to a range of subjects. One thing that is unique about Amherst College in this list is that Amherst College is actually an open curriculum college, which means that we don't require you to take any general courses. So for some of these other liberal arts colleges, they'll ask you to maybe take some general course requirements. So you'll have like to take a math course, you'll have to take like a STEM course, something of that nature, but you do not have to do that at Amherst College. But yeah, so Swarthmore again kind of follows the same format. Smaller college to ensure that you have closer connection with your professor, and also lots of opportunities to grow outside the campus.
Okay, great. So yeah, we go through top fives.
Okay, awesome. All right, the next is Pomona College in sunny California. Really great for people who want sun year round. Pomona is a really great, nice space for students who are looking to get into the humanities a little more. They also do really well with STEM courses, but I think that humanities is where Pomona is going to be the strongest. And it's a really great space for students that are looking to be able to kind of explore the campus and really express themselves. And again, the kind of locale of California, of Los Angeles, is always very exciting for students. So yeah.
Okay. So next is Wellesley.
Yes. All right. So finally, we have Wellesley, which ranks number 5 in Massachusetts as well. So you can see that Wellesley has a bit of a larger population of students. Wellesley is also an all-women's college. And so students who identify as women are allowed to apply to Wellesley. So it has a slightly larger population. But again, really a lot of range within the curriculum for you to study some really interesting and really dynamic topics as well. Lots of really great professors as well. If you are able to get the chance to kind of look through these colleges and look through their professor list, you'll see that we have some of the most innovative professors, especially in the liberal arts space, and you'll get to work with them, and that's really exciting as well. So yeah, that's a bit about Wellesley.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you are not decided to which colleges is fit to you, so please come to consult us.
Yes, please.
Okay, so let's continue. So the next is introduction to Amherst College.
Great. All right. So I did talk a little bit about Amherst College before because we were up there on the ranking. But now I guess I'm just going to give a little summary of Amherst College. So Amherst College is a small, national and international, highly selective liberal arts college. So what this means is that Amherst College has a smaller population of students, only around 1,800 students on campus. We have a wealth of diversity on our campus. We have around 10% of our international students, of our population is international students. And these students will come from around 68 different countries around the world. So it's a really great and supportive space. As well as nationally in the US, we have students from every state in the US except for South Dakota. So if you're watching this and you're from South Dakota, please come to Amherst. So a wealth of diversity, which is super valued when we are talking about liberal arts colleges, because liberal arts colleges really recognize the importance of being in a diverse space, not just for academic kind of growth, but also for personal and social growth as well. So we are also highly selective. Our acceptance rate last year was a little above 7%. So you can imagine that means that maybe we're getting averaging around 15,000 applications, and you're only really accepting around 4,000 of those. So pretty selective. And again, liberal arts college. So this idea of making sure that students are equipped with the skills that they need for any professional pursuit that they want to kind of do after college, rather than kind of fix them on a track. Amherst College is also part of a 5-college consortium, so similar to the Claremont schools. We have a collaboration with Amherst College as well as UMass Amherst, which is the flagship of the public school campuses, so University of Massachusetts. We are also collaborating with Mount Holyoke College, Smith College, as well as Hampshire College. So all of these colleges can be found in the greater Pioneer Valley area. They're very close to each other, and we do a lot of collaboration in terms of academic work. So all students from Amherst College can take classes in any one of the 5 colleges. You're also allowed to attend like lectures done by other professors. You're allowed to work and do research with other professors as well. And of course, socially, there's a lot of fun here because we have quite a number of students. It's a very college campus town feel. So there's always a lot of things to do outside of the classroom as well. We also have, again, a very comprehensive financial aid package, which is very supportive to international students. There are a lot of US colleges that have like some caveats or limitations for international students, but Amherst College, I think, has, I think, one of the like lowest kind of bars that you need to pass as an international student. So there is a lot of leeway given to you in terms of financial aid as well. And then finally, the international student community. So at Amherst, we've worked really hard for the past few years to make sure that our students that are international feel welcome, that they feel like they can acclimate to the space, and that they really enjoy their time when they're here at Amherst College.
Okay. So next is about the admission process.
Yes. Okay. So in the admissions process, we do want to highlight what are some important things that you need to be aware of in order to be accepted or when you're writing your college applications. So the first thing is going to be the essays. This is the part of the college applications where the admission counselors are really getting to know you as a person. A lot of the other aspects of the application are more technical, and this is more kind of qualitative. So this is where we can see your personality, who you are as a student. So it's really important to make sure that you devote enough time, I think, to making sure that you can craft a really good story. It's also really important to us at Amherst that not only is your story well crafted, but also the way that you do it. So the structure of your essay is really important as well. You want to make sure that it's grammatically correct, that all the ideas are connecting, and that there's a good flow in your essay as well. So Amherst does require the college essay as well as some supplemental essays. So these are where you want to apply those skills. The next thing is going to be your high school transcript. So we will look at your high school transcript. We'll see kind of what classes you've taken and how you've been able to progress through those classes. So some students get a bit anxious because maybe there's a class that you feel like you didn't perform very well in. But we also do like to notice trends in transcripts as well. So if moving from high school through like 9th to 12th grade, we've seen consistent improvement, that's also really impressive to colleges as well. Also looking at extracurriculars and awards, please feel free to put them in your college application. You do want to make sure that when you're focusing on these things, that you can show how you're involved, kind of how many like years you were involved, or how many semesters, or how many days, however you count that, and kind of what makes that important to you. So not too much about that, but just if you volunteer, for example, you volunteer at a home or at a nursing home, you just want to tell us a little bit about kind of how that experience has been for you, how long you've been doing that, and kind of why that's valuable. And also feel free to put any awards that you've won as well. I think it can be a bit difficult for students to kind of big up themselves. You know, it can be hard for students to feel like they can claim all of these really exciting things that they've done. So please feel free to put all your awards on there, even if you feel like if it's a spelling bee that you did in high school and you did a really good job, like do put that in there. And then the last thing that's important for international student is a TOEFL or the IELTS. So Amherst College unfortunately does not provide waivers for international students to do that, and also has a very heavy emphasis on making sure that you have a good command of the English language. So you want to make sure that you do that. Something to note as well is that for this upcoming academic cycle, Amherst College will be test optional, which means that you have the choice as to whether or not to submit your SAT or ACT scores. So if you think that you have done really well and it's reflective of your academic ability, then you can feel free to submit that. But if you feel like it's not really a score that's reflective of your academic ability, you can leave that out of the application.
Okay.
All right. So I guess the last thing is a little message that I have to the applicants, especially if you're thinking of coming to liberal arts colleges. So first, I do want to highlight some misconceptions about liberal arts colleges that students have. So one of the more common ones is that there's a heavy focus on humanities as opposed to STEM subjects. And I want to come here to assure you that that is not the case. Like at a college like Amherst, there's also a heavy emphasis on making sure that the STEM subjects are supported. For example, we have a very strong computer science program, and a lot of our students will end up graduating with computer science degrees. If you're working as a neuroscience major or a biology major, maybe a biochem, biophysics major, all of these students are supported through the department. They can do research with professors, they can write senior theses, and so there's a lot of support there as well. So if you have an idea that, oh, the liberal arts is not for me because I am more STEM focused, like, don't think that it's not an option. It definitely is still an option for you, and maybe you'll find that it could be the better option, because for undergraduate colleges, for example, as opposed to universities, all of our resources are targeted towards our undergraduate students. So you will get more of a hands-on experience that way. And I think the next little misconception that I want to clear up is that liberal arts is only for students who have no idea what they want to do. Like, you just don't know what to do, so you're going to apply to liberal arts college. And that is also not necessarily the case. So while we are very accepting and supportive of students who are undeclared and don't know what they want to do, it's completely fine. We're also really equipped for students who are very sure of what they want to do. So maybe you know that you want to be a computer science major, you know that you want to be an econ major, you know that you want to do neuroscience. There's different structures and ways that we can support you, even if you're very sure of what you want to do. So we have our Loeb Center, which is our career center, and our advising center as well, that can help you, advise you through being a pre-med or kind of looking at going into business. So although we don't offer any business courses, they can help you advise in that way as well. So a few misconceptions that I just wanted to clear up. And then the next thing that I want to talk about is that authenticity is important. So when you are writing your application, it is actually very easy to tell as an admissions counselor whether or not the student is being authentic in their essay. So it's important to make sure that you're really bringing yourself into the essay authentically and truly. And that's the most exciting part of college admissions. That's the part that I think that we look forward to the most, because we can really see who you are and how you'll fit into the community. And the last thing that I want to say is that you should feel confident to apply, even if you feel like it's out of your reach. A lot of liberal arts colleges practice holistic application review. So that means that we're looking at every part of your application. We're not just looking at your grades, we're looking at your essays, we're looking at your extracurriculars, we're looking at your miscellaneous. If you do art, we're looking at that. If you do pottery, we're looking at that. And so there's a lot of different factors and a lot of different reasons why a student will get in over another student. So don't feel like just because you have grades that are not up to your standard, or because you think that you have too particular of like a track, that you can apply. Do feel confident to apply, even if you feel like it's a little out of your reach.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now we have some questions from our audience. So let's move on to the Q&A session.
Of course.
Yeah. So the first question is, so difference between liberal arts colleges and like university, like Ivy League. So do top liberal arts colleges like Amherst have anything different from the Ivy League in that they want this type of student or evaluate this type of student in this way?
That's a good question. I think that maybe where universities and liberal arts colleges differ is, of course, a liberal arts college will usually be much smaller, which will mean that you will have a lot more kind of connection to the community, to your professors, to staff members. So it's going to be a lot easier for you to kind of access these resources that you need. Pertaining to a particular student, I don't think that there is a very difference between like an eligible student to the Ivy League versus an eligible student to the liberal arts. We all are kind of looking for that student that's well-rounded, that student that's curious, that student that's excited about having new opportunities, about learning new things. And some of the liberal arts colleges, if you kind of look it up, you'll see are kind of hidden Ivies. Like they're just like little Ivies, because they are kind of just as competitive, they're just as resourceful. And so I think the decision really comes down to whether you want to kind of be in like a larger community area space, whether you want to be in a smaller space. So kind of those finer points, but in terms of a general student that we really want, I think we're kind of both looking for the same things.
Okay, thank you. So the next question is, some of them don't even submit essays. So I was wondering what they look for.
So for some colleges, I think that that's what you mean. Yeah, so for some colleges, you'll only have the college essay that you're able to submit to them. Some will ask for additional essays, some will ask for some supplemental essays, and some will not. And that's okay. So a lot of the force of your writing of your essay is going to come from your college essay. So this is the one that is submitted through college board, through the common application. And then with the other supplemental essays, they're just kind of supporting that as well. I think that an essay is always a great place to kind of inject yourself into the application. And so if you are trying to apply to a liberal arts college that doesn't have any specific supplemental essays, do try and kind of bring that selfness into your college essay when you submit that.
Okay, right. So can I transfer to a liberal arts college from a Japanese or a foreign university?
Yes, that is 100% allowed. We actually have a transfer admission counselor. So she focuses on making sure that she's able to look through our transfer applications. We've actually had, I think, a couple of our students transfer from Japan to Amherst College as well. And we also have a lot of international admission counselors on hand. So they'll be able to go through your application and you won't have to do it's not a lot of hassle, like it's not a lot of back and forth that way. So we have lots of really experienced staff members that will make it really easy, and it's very possible for you to transfer.
Okay, thank you. And so what made you choose a liberal arts college over Ivy League? So did you submit only liberal arts college you are applying?
I did submit to a couple of the Ivy Leagues as well. One of them was Brown, which I think is very typical because Brown is a little similar to the liberal arts, especially to Amherst. But I think that I decided ultimately on liberal arts and Amherst because of the smaller community. I think that just as much as getting good scores and getting good grades is important in college, it's also a developmental opportunity. Like it's an opportunity to develop yourself socially, to network. It's an opportunity to discover yourself and discover new things in new ways. And I just really wanted to make sure that I was getting kind of that holistic college experience, and not focusing on getting like too caught up in making sure that the grades are good and things like that. So there's a lot of additional benefit. Again, some would say that the academics are comparable in both an Ivy League as well as some liberal arts colleges as well. And so what really makes that difference is where you feel like you'll fit in, where you feel like your community will be.
Okay, thank you. And so why would someone want to go to a liberal arts college instead of an Ivy League school? I think it is same kind of questions as previous one. So yeah, could we skip this question?
Yeah,
so
of course.
Okay. So can students at liberal arts colleges learn specialized topics like computer sciences?
Yes, absolutely. So you are allowed to learn specialized topics like computer science. We have a number of majors at Amherst College, so we have around 41 different majors. But again, remember that we are part of a 5-college consortium, so you can actually access classes outside of Amherst as well in either UMass, Holyoke, Smith, or Hampshire. So there's a lot of opportunity for you to target any specialized courses. Aside from things like computer science, we have like biochem biophysics, which is one of the majors that we do. We have neuroscience, we have art history, we have, so a lot of different ways that like you can find more targeted majors. We have environmental studies, educational studies. Yeah, so there's lots of opportunity to make sure that you're kind of studying more targeted subjects.
Okay, so students can choose their special topic
Yes.
in liberal arts colleges.
Mhm.
Okay, and so can I ask Alpha to have a great counselor look at my essays to get into liberal arts and Ivy League? Yeah, of course. So Melody is one of the Alpha advisors. So you can consult with Melody. She will help you make your essay, your application packages more stronger. Yeah. Do you have any comments?
I'm happy to work with students, whatever kind of consulting that they want or need. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, please feel free to come to us. So we have a free counseling session at first. So please contact us. Okay, that's all for the questions from the audience. So today we go through the liberal arts colleges, and we this is our admission consulting. So our first students are accepted to liberal arts colleges and also Ivy Leagues in the US. So winning, and also student win scholarships. And we offer affordable full individual support about 1/3 of the cost of others, and through speedy advice via Skype and online chat. So we offer students all over the world our services. Invest resume is extracurricular activity support and interview preparation we are offering, and SAT, TOEFL, IELTS, lingual preparation, and through goal setting, wide school, etc., and logical construction to prepare strong essay. And unparalleled essay and recommendation writing. So every year we have over 200 students apply every year. And our press result is Harvard, Stanford, MIT, Columbia, Pennsylvania, and UC Berkeley, UCLA, and liberal arts colleges. Recently, liberal arts colleges is becoming more and more popular in Japan, also all over the world, and Uxbridge, Finger, Peking University in Asia, and in US, HKU, and more. So please come to consult us. Melody is one of our advisors. She's very popular and helpful and very, so yeah, you can get free counseling from our website. So please free to come to us. So at the end, please do some comments to the future applicants. So Melody, could you give some comments to
Yeah, of course.
future applicants?
Yeah, of course. So please feel free to come to us to get some counseling. I'll be really excited to work with you to make sure that you are able to present your best self to all the colleges you apply to.
Yes. So thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe this video and press good button. And yeah, so we are continue to post video like this. Okay. So thank you so much, Melody. Thank you today.
Of course, thank you so much.
Okay, bye-bye.